Hello, and welcome to Cal's Cinema Center. I am your host, and today we are discussing The End of Oak Street, directed by David Robert Mitchell, starring Anne Hathaway, Ewan McGregor, Kristen Convery, and Maisie Stella. This movie, essentially, the basic premise is that this is an 80s neighborhood that gets transported to the prehistoric era with dinosaurs and crap. Suburban family versus dinosaurs. And some of you right now are probably rolling your eyes like, hey, that is really stupid. Which it kind of is. It's a little silly, but I think it really leans into that. This, I felt, had pretty much everything that I look for in a good summer blockbuster, a good popcorn flick. I don't think this movie surpasses that in any way, but it meets the bar, and I had a good time. I had a fun time with it. It's like an 80s movie, like a classic 80s movie, with a little bit of an edge to it. Like there's a surprising amount of gore. I'm seeing this right now and I'm surprised that it's PG-13. Like there was a surprising amount of gore in that movie. I felt like this was gorier than even something like The Odyssey, which that was rated R. So I find that a little crazy. But yeah, so I think this movie does a really good job of leaning into the sort of campy, corny 80s feeling of it. I find that really refreshing in movies today because I feel as though a lot of time they try to be really self-aware and really being like, oh, look at how corny this is. Sure, sometimes in this movie, characters can act really stupid and they do stupid shit and it is a little bit annoying. But I think generally the sort of 80s tone works really well. And the set pieces in general, I think David Robert Mitchell did a really good job directing this movie. Not like an incredible job, but the sequences are dynamic, they're fluid, there's loads of color in the cinematography, there's a lot of long takes. He's not afraid of showing the VFX. I think a lot of directors, especially a lot of movies just in general that are lower budget like this, that have a lot of VFX, they like to hide the VFX in like fog or darkness to try and make them blend in. But no, these VFX look really well done for the most part. There's like a scene on a rooftop where I'm just like, yeah, you're in front of a green screen. But most of the VFX are really well done, which I think is important because the big threat here are VFX creatures. I think overall they did a good job of like showcasing the weight of these creatures. I really like the way the creatures would interact with different parts of suburbia in some scenes. I thought that was really fun. There's one scene, I'm going to say towards the end of the second act, where I'm not going to say what it is, but it's a very memorable scene, and I thought that was very funny. I think this movie has a really good sense of humor with just generally the dinosaurs and the pure absurdity of the situation. I thought that was all really well done. The score here as well, I thought was pretty great. Felt classic 80s once again. This is very much an 80s throwback movie, and I appreciated that. And it's definitely more cheeseball, a little corny, and I like that. I also like how, even though this had J.J. Abrams' name attached as a producer, so this would make you think, oh, this is kind of a mystery box movie. It's not, and I like that about this. I liked how straightforward this was. I would say one of my big critiques with it is that it is a little too straightforward. Like, I wish there was a little bit more of dimension here. I'm honestly even having trouble, like, coming up with what this movie is about outside of family fights dinosaurs. I guess the main thing would be that this is a story about two parents in a struggling marriage that learn to love each other again. Like, I think that is the central theme of this story. I wish that was a bit more explored here. And this movie's really well paced. It is only, I believe, like 90 minutes, or no, it's 100 minutes. And it definitely moves pretty fast. It's very entertaining. It's very fluid. I must say as well that the performances are pretty good, especially Anne Hathaway, who I think a lot of people are going to be talking about her performance in The Odyssey coming up, but I thought she was pretty great in this as well. She like plays the emotions of this situation incredibly well. She's definitely the MVP here, which makes sense because she's the lead. Ewan McGregor's also good, but I do think the speed at which Ewan McGregor speaks can sometimes be a little off-putting for the 80s dialogue, but the rest of it, I think, works pretty well. Really, there's not too much to say about this movie besides that it's a fun time. It's very much like you have to turn your brain off. Like, I hate saying that because a lot of movies that I despise are like, oh, it's just fun. Turn your brain off. I think the main issue I have with those movies, it's not that they're mindless, it's that I don't have fun with them. But I think here, the filmmaking and the VFX and the performances all really sell it to me super well. And I had a lot of fun with it because it's also paced very snappy. It hits you a set piece after set piece after set piece. There's a lot of fun intrigue towards the middle. It's a little jarring at the start with how it introduces the 80s tone and all the conflicts. But overall, I thought that this was a very entertaining movie, even if I think there could have been more depth. That's the big thing. I wish there was more depth to this. In terms of my relationship with dinosaur movies, I think that original Jurassic Park is straight up a masterpiece, like a 10 out of 10. It's one of Spielberg's best movies, if not his best movie ever, which that's saying a lot. Yeah, because I think part of that is that it meshes this sense of fun, this sense of thrill, this sense of excitement with also a moral parable in the middle of it of like, just because you could doesn't mean you should. And we keep seeing that over and over again in our society. I don't think any other dinosaur movie, I mean, I haven't seen that many. I've seen 65, that Adam Driver one, which was dog shit. We're not even going into that. That movie was fucking awful. I saw Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World. Like, I haven't seen that in years at this point. Back then I was like, eh. And then I wasn't really planning on watching any of Jurassic World movies, but I wanted to watch all the movies nominated for Oscars. So I ended up watching Jurassic World Rebirth, the one that came out last year. And that got nominated for VFX. And that movie it's better than 65, but it's still a tremendous piece of shit. Like, it is just a video game side quest with very, like, uncommitted performances. Everyone's just there for the check. There's no heart in it. Well, here, I really felt like the heart was in this one. The people making this movie really wanted to make it. And it's exciting, it's creative, it's fresh, it's fun. Moving over to the ratings board, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10, maybe a little bit generous. I would say it's definitely closer to a 6 than an 8. This was a good time at the movies. And if you're looking for a quick good time and you've already seen The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day, then I'd say this is a good watch. This is definitely a good end of summer blockbuster if you want sort of a palate cleanser for all the other blockbusters that have come out. Anywho, what did you think of this movie? Let me know in the comment section below. And also, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.